Morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right?
Yep.
Happy Tuesday. We come to you from pretty much the shores of Lake Thunderbird, which is just right down the hill right there. Lake Thunderbird is a lake in central Oklahoma. Norman, I think he said is where we are. So this is Norman, Oklahoma. But we got a lovely 8x27 Aermotor. And it's got a submersible pump as well. And they're saying that they turn the pump on, they hear it running, but no water. So what's your guess, Mama? Broken pipe?
Yep.
She's over here doing what she does, just
broken.
Tries to stay out of the camera as much as possible and stays busy. So yeah, I think my guess is a broken pipe. I tell people a lot of times that when you have a windmill, you know, it's just sometimes a lightning strike will break pipe. It could be anything that broke it, but we're gonna find out. My best is a broken pipe to it. So we're gonna get this thing lifted up, and I'm gonna check some amperage on this pump, and then we'll see what happens from there. I wish I could, if there's a handle on, we might even be able to hook up to the hand pump of the truck and move it up and down, see if we make water. That might be what we do first, because it's really heavy feeling. So if some, I don't know, we'll see. So let's just do it. All right, so Lori's doing a little pump test on this thing. Since we don't have a handle, we're letting the truck do the pumping. We'll do this for a minute or so, pretend like we're the windmill. What this does is tell us a few things. Sorry, my I don't think there's anything to you. So I'm going to take this vice grip off. Okay. So that being there tells us the bottom of our pump's there. Done it, Mama?
Yeah.
Alright. So I'm going to get those bolts undone. 11d/16, huh?
No.
11/16.
Oh.
Probably not 9/16 either. There may be something in the middle. Yeah, that's weird bolts. Maybe metric of some kind. Possibly.
Do you want your socket?
I got it.
Bucket?
What we got. The bottom is probably the same size. Bring that around there until it stops. There we go. grab that new meter, that front box. Still pipe. Okay, let's see what it do with y'all. I gotta take my glass off because it's like an LCD screen. I can't see with polarized glasses for some reason. All right, put the flicker on. 11 and drops down to 4, which is not terrible. Only pulling 8 amps from the startup. I'm gonna kill it first. Here, running. .8 amps isn't bad. It's not. That doesn't show that I have a big hole or anything in there. I don't know the running amperage of that. I don't even know anything about the pump, but what do you think? What do you think it could be, Mama? Now it's just okay. I'm gonna go up and
If a check valve was stuck in the, so when you do a submersible and a windmill, your submersible is under your windmill cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had a check valve that was stuck in your windmill pump, would your amperage read different on your?
It would read high because it would be building a lot of pressure and not be able to go anywhere. If it's stuck closed.
If you had a break in your pipe under the static water level of the well, we might not hear.
Yeah, right, exactly. So you've seen it a lot where we have like rubbed holes from the rod coupling.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's not a pump issue on this thing. So it's got to be. We've got probably a hole, like you said. That's kind of about all I can think it would be.
Yeah.
Because we're reading good running amperage. If it was something restricting, our amperage would be up there more along where it's starting, you know, 9-10 amps if it's just holding under pressure. But since it's starting and running and only running like 4 amps,
mm-hmm.
It's still working because it's showing 4 amps.
Right.
So that tells us our pump's actually spinning, it's moving water, but we don't know where. Moving water just. The static water levels, right?
Yeah, I guess that could be another option. You're above the water, but.
Mm-hmm. I'll flip that back on and see if I can see any turbulation in the. If it's just spraying somewhere, there might be some turbulation. Is that a word, turbulation?
Turbulent.
Yeah. It's moving around a lot, but it may be just because the wire is kind of dancing. I don't know. It sounds kind of funny too. All right, well, I'm gonna get that board taken out of there so we can move all that to the side. And then we'll proceed. I'll start by undoing some tape. Must be where our wire connections are. Yep. Get all this out of the way. And I did make sure the power was turned off over there. Yep. Just kidding, I knew it was off.
Is that tape? Oh, that's coming through the...
Yeah, this comes through the casing right there. All right, so I'm gonna run this kind of down in there like that, so our tools ain't getting all caught up in it. Just let me remember it's in there. Like that. I don't want it getting rubbed. You know you don't want it rubbed. Probably the nicest wellhead we've worked on in a long time.
Yeah.
If I do say so myself. Lori's got it held up there with the hoist. Ease it up a little bit, baby. There you go, that's good. All right, lift it, mama. Okay. That'll work. I'm already liking this whole setup. Michael did a good job on this one. I mean, this is the way it should be.
Yeah.
All right, baby, I think you can ease it down right there. I'm gonna set that here. Full throttle. Keep forgetting you have a go speed, don't you?
I do.
All right, come down. This is the insurance on this first one. There. Just to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, mama. So what we have is, anytime you put a submersible pump underneath the well cylinder, this is a neat device right here, which has a series of check valves to make it work. So right inside here, this hole would be a check valve. My guess is that this check valve in here has came apart and is no longer doing its job. So all the water this pump makes is blowing right out this hole. The windmill probably would have worked just fine if it was turned on. But they're really wanting their submersible pump to work. So this is what's going on. Almost guarantee it. So let's get all that cut off of there.
So if I came up just a tad bit more, you could set that on the edge of the thing, right?
Yeah. Okay. And that would cause all of our water. I mean, yeah, it would have worked. Well, I don't know, because this is the lower, this is some weird stuff, and it works. Believe me, I've installed one of these. But when one of these check valves goes bad, this is what's going to happen, I think.
So why is the hole there? I mean, is it designed for a purpose?
So this submersible pump, so as you know, you can push through a windmill cylinder without the windmill running. Because the windmill has a check valve right here, so it can push water up. But the only way that you're going to be able to suck water, since you can't pull water through a submersible pump,
have a hole.
is it sucks through here.
Okay.
And to make that work, there's a check valve inside here. It goes up, it 90s up, and then there's a little check valve that sits right there. And we'll see that when we take this apart. So that check valve right here has probably failed or came apart somehow or something. So what that does is it creates, when this pump is pumping, it goes up, it can't go through there because of that check valve.
Right.
This is where the windmill gets its water.
Right.
Since it can no longer pull in from the bottom of the cylinder, it pulls the windmill gets its water through here. So this pump kicks on, this check valve closes and forces water up. And it works great until that check valve fails, which check valves fail all the time, y'all. It's just part of it. You know, it's a...
Are we good to stay on this side, or do you want me to come off until we try?
You can come down. Yeah, I'm gonna... Well, yeah, you come down because I'm gonna need to get all this taken apart. You can't tear us all apart. So, yep. Let's get all this tore apart and cleaned up so when we go back in. And this works really good. But check valves fail every day. Every day a well company is going and servicing a well because of a check valve. So one thing about this style of check valve in here, so a submersible pump kicks on, runs, kicks off. A spring loaded check valve, which is what is in here, and it has to be there. There's, you know, that's the only way that they make them to work. There's no real gravity check valve like that's in the bottom of this that would work inside here. So they fail all the time. They're not made to cycle the windmill, you know, because every time a windmill stroke goes, it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and that spring is continuously going until it stops. Then it holds it, and then it stops and holds it, and when a submersible pump kicks on, it's open because it's got enough pressure to hold that spring open, and it's not cycling. And a lot of times the check valves will have plastic pieces in it. You know, they're just not made for a lot of cycles. So, you know, this part of this worked great for 10, 15 years just the way it is. So the design is great and it did its job, but we're just gonna have to replace that check valve. So we're gonna get this torn apart and then I'll show you everything when we get on the truck. I'm gonna take this part, this I think. Delay, that's what I'm going to do. That'll get me right where I need to be. Come on, baby.
Pop it off.
Pop it off?
Or take the pop off.
Oh. Brand new pipe wrench. Went down. How did it go down the hole? Shane's an idiot. I'll put it on my belly. That'll hold it. Yep. I think we've got a 1-inch check valve in there. It might be a 3/4. I bet. Come here, baby. Real quick. Come here real quick. Just hold that pump. Here's the check valve I was talking about. Let me dump some of this water out. Interesting to me that was holding water where it was. Set check valve in there. I see little chunks. I think I see a spring. I'm gonna blow on this. Here, you hold that. Watch what we have to do on that. It's kind of like CPR. I'm gonna get my mouth dirty, but I'm gonna try to blow through here and see if I can figure out where something's happening. Come here on this side, you can see it and hear it. Gotta be where the action's at. Come down there. So there's little chunks of gunk. How's my face look? Gotta get rust on my face?
You have a rust ring, but
great.
I'm not sure you can see it on the camera.
No good.
Sunny's shining.
So this is gonna be fun. Get that thing out of there. Gonna be real fun getting that out of there.
It's not all one piece, this thing?
This is all one piece. I've got to get that check valve out of there. I have to be smart about this. I need like a, not that it's loose or anything. Yeah. What I'm gonna do here, there was foresight enough to put some grooves in there. Maybe not deep enough, but I'm gonna tap and try to rotate. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wrap this around here so I can hold it with my legs to keep it from wanting to fall and rotate. Let me whack the camera with a, like I said, this ain't very deep. Actually, you use one hand and kind of, you're gonna be my rotation. Let me get it where it needs to be. All right, put a little twist in it.
Towards you?
Yep. Oh, popped up. Reset.
I sure hope your
head ain't in the way. My bald spot. Give me a little rotate. Oh, that ain't gonna do it either. Dadgummit, Bobby.
All right, plan B.
Yeah, plan B. So that's what's loosening. Let me get a pipe wrench. Did you see my brand new pipe wrench I bought this morning?
Looks great. No more crack. No more using it as a hammer.
Crack kills, don't it? We're gonna do this right here. Okay, so our thingy spun right there. Wish I could see down there better. You know it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Deep. So now I need like a jam nut to run on that somehow. But everything I do, I can't see squirrely do.
It would have to be an inch.
Yeah, it would. Not yet. My pipe's still turning. I think that thing was just put on real tight. You note it?
Mm-hmm.
I think all it's turning is my pipe here. Yep. It's loosening that turd bucket. Alright, so I've got this 7/16 end mill. I think I can get down there. What I'm going to try to do is gouge this out a lot deeper than what's there. I may not be able to do it just for the reach because it's so far down there, and I'm using a drill. It's not the greatest. This ain't the way to do it, but this is my plan B of about 14 plans I got in my head already. I just got to get this to start grabbing it. I can kind of start drilling it. But this is brass, so it might be a hard deal. Probably not gonna work. I think I was rubbing on here, ain't I? Anything right there. All right, so here's that device I was telling you about. If I could get that thing out of there, we could probably make this usable, but we have gone crazy trying to get that thing out of there. So I talked to the owner. He said he has never, since this thing was installed, pumped water with the windmill. So I gave him the option that we could get rid of that whole setup and make this well It still looks like a windmill well, and nobody driving by is gonna know it's not a windmill well. But he'll come in here and flip his pump on and it'll dump water. Because we're getting rid of that failure point. You know, that thing, like I said, it's been in the ground 10, 15 years doing its job. And here recently is when they've noticed that they don't get any water. I mean, there's still water in the tank. So, that's what we're gonna do. Since he's never used the windmill, we're gonna take that feature out of it. We're gonna pull the well cylinder off so we can not have all the sucker rod in there. So if somebody ever does come back out and want to service this again, you know, it's a pain in the rear dealing with sucker rod. We don't mind it because we do it every time, but for somebody else, if you know, for whatever reason, anybody else can surface this. So we're gonna get it taken apart, get it all put back together. Found another pinhole. Shouldn't be able to do that either. Give it a little bit of up. Should be able to come on down, baby. Hang on. It's gotta hang up on that stupid coupling, you know it.
If I went up, would that?
I'll just have to get it off of it so we can go down. Alright. Full throttle. Keep going.
We're almost off of our dog. Let's let that run a minute, clear up. Before we plug it into the critter pond, how's that sound? It's pretty clear, ain't it? Mm-hmm.
Now bring that camera over here. Let's see how long it takes to I'm gonna turn the water off. I'll see how long it takes for water to start coming out the weep hole. So we stop there. Weep hole's still draining. Still draining, still draining. So that weep hole is there. It's gonna save this hand pump. If this thing was I don't think they use it that often, so it's probably never gonna freeze. But if this thing was to plug up, that hand pump could be doomed. So it's sinking it all the way from right there all the way down to there. We're almost done. Beautiful. Now I want to say, weep holes are a good thing, especially if you have a plastic casing like this. There's no way that plastic casing will rust out. A weep hole, if it has steel casing, over time it could kind of drill a hole through that steel, with the water pressure and the rusting, and I've heard about that. If somewhere in your brain's wondering about that, I hope I just answered the question for you. But so anyway, this thing works, mama. I had some happy frogs and deer, I guess. So we are running. Look at that. That's the coolest thing in town. These will be the happiest frogs in the whole world. The crow's been in here. Kind of catch a fish. Look at that. And these people are doing it right. He comes out here, has a little bench he sits on right here. Sits on that little bench. I'm gonna try to put it right back where he had it. Sits on that bench and runs his water until his tank's full, and then he goes back in the house. Isn't that cool, Mom? So, I love it. Unfortunately, we didn't get to make the windmill do its thing, but again, if the windmill's not the most desired part of the whole feature, it's great for looks. And right here, I do believe that he would have a pretty good chance pumping water where we're at, because it's a 27-foot tower and it's pretty open. We have good north and south. But days like this, if he wanted to fill that thing up, it'd never work. So this right here is the way to do it. That's just my opinion. If you want to move water fast, this is the way to do it. Look at that. I just love it. Nothing cooler than that right there, y'all. So we're gonna get the truck out of here. Mama's putting tools up. Y'all, we ran off and forgot to tell y'all goodbye when we got done with the job. So I guess this is it.
We have it all.
So long.
Don't have it all together.
There's a lake right there. I don't know if you can't see it through there. But yep. You saw the water flowing out the windmill into the little tank. It's full. Customer's happy. They didn't go look at it, but they told us they were happy. That's always makes us happy when the customers are happy. But any final words, Mama?
Have a terrific Tuesday.
Yeah, have a terrific Tuesday. We're done for the day, so I'll get this posted up pretty quick. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all don't mind, please like and subscribe. Stick around. We're getting better. Lori's getting better. I'm not, but Lori's getting better. So Anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a good day. Bye.